What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, we got to review Episode 8 of the Halo TV series. This one is quite mixed for me in not a great way, because I do think there's actually quite a lot to like about this episode, but the entire thing, the whole episode, was buried underneath some of the worst decision-making. And you know those things in movies or games or TV shows when characters just do stuff that is so blatantly, obviously stupid, and you like call it out and you're like, really, you shouldn't be doing this, but you're just doing it for the purposes of the episode. You're just doing it for the purposes of this scene in the movie. The entire episode was that, okay? By everybody. Like, every single character was doing these decisions that you constantly call out, and it's okay if there's like one or two an episode, or one in a movie, or, you know, here and there, but the whole thing was like that. So while I actually enjoyed Master Chief getting his butt handed to him, because I really am getting fed up with that character. Let me tell you something, okay? If you were to tell people, let's go back 2-3 months, right? So we just had Halo Infinite. It came out, the story, and you know, I actually didn't really mind the story of Halo Infinite all that much. It's not like top tier Halo content or anything, but could you imagine telling somebody that, hey, within a few months' time, this legendary character, Master Chief, not only, you know, is he going to be in live action, that's the good news, but the bad news is he's going to have his helmet off for roughly 90 to 95% of the movie. He's also, you're going to see him bare butt naked, okay, several times, and also he's going to have a sex scene with a spy of the enemy, and he's going to do that pretty openly, and that's all going to happen in the first, like, 8 episodes of this series. If you told somebody that, I think they'd punch you in the face, as they probably should, right? Because it's like, don't insult me, and that's really what we've gotten. I mean, Chief is easily becoming one of the worst characters in this entire show. Now, again, in terms of where the show is going, I get what they're doing with him. It's just so dumb. It's so dumb that they've decided to go this path with him, and I am not rooting for him. In fact, I'm kind of rooting for Halsey above almost anybody else. At least her ambitions are kind of straightforward. She's not openly annoying because she's really sticking to what her character has always been, right? She's kind of selfish. She's got her own agenda, and that kind of like mastermind who's like playing everybody, that role stays relatively consistent, and it's easy to understand where they're coming from. In this one, it's like, holy Jesus, so you're telling me that this spy, I guess they did kind of pull it off, because it's like, are you really telling me that she isn't bad anymore? And the answer is she's not, but then she still kind of is, because she touched the thing at the very end. So it's like, I don't really know where her motivations lie, but it's like, you just let her. So I actually, okay, and again, while I get what they were trying to do, right? So when she's getting zapped at the end, right? She's flashing back to Halsey talking about like humans are the, like, all that kind of stuff, right? So she's basically having a moment where she's realizing Halsey's actually right. And that was the connection between what Halsey was telling her and then at the very end. But here's the thing. It's like, well, why would they like you or trust you? Put yourselves in their shoes. And again, this is one of those stupid moments where it's like, she's all mad because the one lady says, like, you're going to pay for this. And she's like, no, you'll pay for it. And it's like, again, you slaughtered an entire ship. I don't care if you had a change of heart. As was pointed out, like, what did she break? Decades long of indoctrination, and Chief was like, well, I did that. You cut a freaking ship out of your wherever the body part was. That's why you're acting differently. You didn't break out of indoctrination by, like, going through therapy and, like, talking through it. You literally removed like robotic parts from you, and that made you more human. So that was also a very stupid line to say, because it just doesn't make any sense. Clearly, what he meant in that scene was, when you're told something, when you're indoctrinated your entire goddamn life, it's very hard to flip the switch and just say, I'm good now, which it seems like she did, which makes it even dumber, right? And then Chief's like, well, I did it. No, you did. Shut up. Again, when he said that, I was like, you're so dumb. This character is a dumb character who, again, I enjoyed seeing get destroyed towards the end. I actually very much like that. By the way, I don't really have any issues with him being weaker or him losing in the fight there. That would generally be an issue of mine. But number one, I don't like this Master Chief. Number two, he is like because of story purposes, he is generally weaker now. And they also had all their armor and all that kind of stuff. They caught him. They caught him by surprise. All that stuff. I really actually don't have any problems with that. And again, I was actually rooting for the Spartans to win that. But no, it's just again like. The fight scene was cool. Some of the dialogue scenes were cool. Like Miranda actually putting it all together and figuring out that she's the voice. Like that, like fine. There was again, like to make it clear, there is good here. There's actually been good throughout the series, even in episodes, we've talked about how awful it is. There is definitely good. It's just they can't put it all together. You know what I mean? They always seem to do, for whatever they do good, they always have to do the exact opposite as well. So when you have an episode like this that does have some good stuff, it gets boggled down by things of like there's just too much going on. There's way too many things happening in very quick just proximity, I guess. Well, proximity in terms of like close relation to each other. There's just too much happening. And again, it's just a lot of these characters making stupid call after stupid call where it's like, why would you do that? And again, some of the more bigger ones are the ones that, I kind of described. But even at that end, it's like, well, yeah, they say you're going to pay. They zap you. Like, I get it. You're being zapped. You're being hurt by them. I guess tortured, although not really, honestly, at that point. And I get that you would be upset. But it's like, understand where they're coming from. You lied, which she's openly known she's been lying the entire goddamn time, right? So it's like, you've been lying. You are a spy. The whole point, right, was to get in and try to fool them into thinking you're a good guy or a good girl, and they figured it out. And they also figured out not only are you a spy, but that you literally murdered dozens, hundreds on that ship. And it's like, of course they're going to be. I would order a public execution of that person. I mean, you did that. You're gonna be executed. I mean, that's how it would work. So there's really, you can be as mad as you want, but it's like, how do you not understand where they're coming from at that point? It's so dumb, so dumb. So we got next week, holy Jesus, next week is the final episode until season 2. We will review that, and then we'll take a nice long break from Halo reviews and Halo content. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up, and I hope to see you all on tomorrow's video.